Dolphins thirsty, they never show no mercy. On the field or in the game, Miami knows how to play. Dolphins thirsty, we all get down and dirty. Tell you what you wanna know, it's the Dolphins Show. Quench your thirst for all things Miami Dolphins. They are the football kings, cause they play to win. Come on in and have some fun, whether we have lost or we have won. For all things Miami, it's Dolphins Thursday.
Good morning, Miami Dolphin fans. It's Monday morning, and it's actually game day because our Miami Dolphins take on the Tennessee Titans tonight at Hard Rock Stadium, and the Dolphins have a chance to get to double-digit wins already. So that's what we want, that we have a chance to get to 10 wins tonight, take care of our own business. Then we don't have to worry about the other teams around the AFC. Just keep doing what we've been doing, and things will be fins up moving over the next couple weeks. So it should be fun. And I'm looking forward to tonight's game. We will go by some of the numbers. Dolphins are entering the game at 9-3. The Titans are ending the game at 4-8. Miami over the past 5, 4-1. Titans over the past 5, 1-4. Dolphins are big favorites, 14.5-point favorites for you gambling degenerates out there. It's a 14.5 favorite for the Miami Dolphins on that front. So there's a lot of people expecting the Miami Dolphins to take care of business tonight. We will see how that goes. One game at a time, but let's get to that 10th win, Miami Dolphin fans. And I see I have my resident Buffalo Bill fan in the house. Fins up to Fins Talk Sports Network, Dolphin John, and yes, you, Michael K, and of course you, Moya. And who else was in here? Anyone else in here? Dolphin Don, fins up to all of you guys. Finally, it's game day. That extra day yesterday. Some games went okay. Cleveland beat Jacksonville. The Rams were so close to being able to help the Dolphins by beating the Ravens, but they blew it in overtime. And Dolphin Nation was 50-50 over the Kansas City Buffalo game. Half the people wanted Buffalo, half the people wanted Kansas City. Me personally, I was hoping to see Buffalo lose, so I'm going to have to see Michael K gloat this morning, and I just can't bring myself to root for Buffalo under any circumstance. But they won. Kudos to them. We still got them coming to Hard Rock if we have to. We just take care of our own business with them coming down the pike. But tonight, the only one on the agenda and on the horizons, the Tennessee Titans. And I'm looking forward to it. And guys, if you are living locally and going to the game tonight, please leave early. They've been, they've been giving notices all morning that traffic's supposed to be horrific tonight and all parking sold out. So they were saying on the Joe Rose show, if you don't have parking for tonight's game, get an Uber, get a bus, do whatever you can, but don't try to get there if you don't already have parking. It's going to be a nightmare, they're saying. So when they're giving the teams giving warnings on all the local radio stations, make sure you leave in plenty of time to get to the game tonight. And if you don't have parking, leave super early and find other means to get there. Hop on with a friend that does. Just the public service announcement of the morning from Dolphins Thirsty. I'm not going to tonight's game. I will be at next week's game versus the Jets. So I'm looking forward to that. But like I say, tonight is one of those games you got to take care of. We're going to be on national TV, sharing the limelight with the Green Bay Packers and over there. But it doesn't matter. Let's take care of business, Miami. Show the nation that we're for real. I don't care if it's against the Tennessee Titans. Just keep on doing what you've been doing. Get to double digits wins, and it should be fun on that front. And they're expecting a lot of points tonight. I think the over-under is like 46.5 I saw. I always just check these things for my gambling friends out there, and also to kind of give you a gauge of what the experts think, because they're normally so close within these lines. So it should be interesting to see if a lot of points are put on the board by our Dolphins tonight. Let's see. Ross needs to partner with Brightline and put a stop there. Yeah, I know some eventually maybe. Right now you can go on Brightline, but it drops you off in Aventura, and then you take a bus from the Aventura Brightline station to the stadium. But yes, maybe eventually in the future they will do stuff there. But they used to have plenty of parking, Michael K. And then they kind of got greedy, I admit, because they put the F1 racing in the parking lot and the racetrack took up what used to be parking spaces. They put tennis courts in there so they can have a tennis tournament, took up parking spaces. So parking has become more limited. So, but it does generate revenue for the Dolphins, those extra activities. So you see it both sides. But yes, as far as parking for the fans, they kind of messed that up by putting in the racetrack and all that stuff in there. But it is what it is. And they got the team's training facility all within spots that used to be parking back in the day. So all that ample parking space that make it used to make it getting in and out of Hard Rock easy. It's not so easy anymore. But overall, it's a great experience once you hit inside the gates at the stadium. It's one of the nicer stadiums out there. And Ross took care of it. And Joe Robbie back in the day took care of it with his own money. Ross renovated with his own money, not like the Buffalo people getting the taxpayers the big bill there. So at least, our owner did it right on that front. Yes, it is, Scotty. It's definitely a multi-sport complex. They have tennis and stuff on the outside. They got racing, and then inside they play soccer and they do all of that stuff and concerts. They do everything at the stadium. It's very nicely done, and we will see. Hey, Eric, didn't see you sneak in. Yes, go Fins, Eric. Big fins up to you. Guys, I see the next 2 weeks as critical, of course, because the one thing Miami's done this year, beat the teams that they're supposed to beat. We need to keep that trend over the next 2 weeks. The Jets looked a little bit better yesterday. They woke up in the second half and scored somehow. They scored 30 points and a half, which seems to be outside their norm. I don't know what the heck happened. And we'll see. But tonight, Tennessee comes into town. They lost last week in overtime. They're still normally are competitive in their games. So it's interesting to see that Miami's 14.5 point favorite. And that's probably just based on how the Dolphins have done against opponents that aren't as strong as us, especially while we're playing at Hard Rock. So that's probably a big reasoning for the point spread on that front there. Robert Hunt for the Miami Dolphins, unfortunately, will not be lining up. And, hopefully by next week, or I don't know, hopefully he's back sooner than later because I do like him in there. He's one of our better guards, or probably our best guard. And I want to get that guy back in the lineup. But I understand you don't want to push it. You don't want to get him injured where he's out longer. Jerome Baker, they decided, it had been like, oh, it's week to week. They end up putting him on injured reserve. We only have one move remaining to bring back someone from injured reserve. And that could very well be Jerome Baker towards right at the end and heading into the playoffs. So we will see if he's able to return by then. But yes, we only got the one move remaining. And that's probably why they kept one of the moves in their back pocket. Because if someone got hurt, they'd be able to bring him back. They did sign Calvin Munson off the New England Patriots practice squad. So he should be able to, be back up Riley a little bit, play special teams. But we need to get Jerome Baker back in the mix. And, that would help the team for sure. Yep, I know. Munson's back. It is. Eric, like I say, do I like it? It's okay. At least he's familiar. He's been on the Dolphins before. He can at least contribute maybe a little more than some other guys they would have plucked off a roster. They flirted with him over the years, and they bring him back like between Dolphins and Patriots. And right now, Patriots had him on the practice squad. We plucked him there. Hey, he hasn't really played much over the years if you look at his pro football reference numbers. But at this point in the season, you want someone that's in football shape to at least be able to come in and play special teams. And that's how I'm sure the Dolphins looked at it because he's been practicing. If you pluck someone off the street that hasn't been playing all year, what are you going to get at this point? This way, pluck a guy off the team's practice squad, put him on your active roster. At least you got a guy that's been running around and practicing with NFL players all year. So I see the reasoning behind it. I mean, it makes sense. Munson Morse to first walk in the room must be. Yes, I know. I was thinking that too. Hey, he went, and not only was he like on the worst team in the AFC East, he wasn't even on their, he wasn't even on the active roster. So he goes from the worst on inactive list to the best active roster. So that is good move for the man, and it's a lot better being active. Get your tape out there. He might be able to play well enough to where other teams say, "Hey, this guy can play." So definitely a benefit to him, and definitely I see the reasoning behind it because he is used to being here in South Florida. He's been practicing all year, so it's a guy that's going to come in and you can play him on special teams from the get go. So that is good. It's okay, Michael K. I know you're gloating, guys. We let Michael K gloat a little bit today just because his Bills won yesterday. If Tony hadn't lined up off sides, though, you're talking a whole different. Tony gave you guys a nice little present yesterday by lining up off sides. But hey, that's football. He did it. Shame on him. And kudos to Josh Allen and the Bills going into Kansas City and getting a needed win for their team. See, Michael K, I can give you guys kudos. Dolphins win the Super Bowl. Michael K would still be giving me grief that we didn't win the Super Bowl by enough points or something. Ugh. Let's see. Any other good comments in there? We're all good. So let's get to defensive ranks and offensive ranks of the Tennessee Titans. They are middle of the pack, more or less, on defense. And here we go. Overall defense, the Tennessee Titans, they come in at 17. So, like I said, they're right there in the middle of the pack. That's overall defense. They allow an average of 337 yards a game, to where the Dolphins are number 6 overall defense, averaging just about 300 yards a game that they're allowing. Passing defense, the passing defense of the Dolphins and Titans, that's where we gain a lot of ground. Titans are all the way down at 22 in the passing ranked offense, 22, allowing 230 yards on average per game. The Dolphins, on the other hand, are way up in the top 10. They come in at 9, average, allowing 203 yards passing per game. Scoring defense, this is where the Dolphins need to get a little better. Scoring defense, the Dolphins are 21st, averaging 22.2. But they've been improving on this in recent weeks. They had some games that messed up those numbers. So they're 22 points per game. The Titans actually are a little bit better. They're averaging 21. We're averaging basically allowing 22. They're allowing 21 by average. So that's where we stand on the defensive side of the football. And red zone defense, that's where again we're not bad on the red zone defense, but we are the Titans. That's where I want to see where the Titans are on the red zone defense. That's the one I haven't looked up yet. So let me look that up. Titans, yes, red zone defense. Titans are number 2. I knew they came in high. They're number 2 in red zone defense. Man, some of these stats weird. Dolphins, man, where are the Dolphins in red zone? They are. Hold on, guys. Dolphins coming at 28th on red zone defense. So there we go. Those are the numbers on the defensive that are concerning. Let's see. We got some coming. Hey, Outback. Welcome to the show. Big fins up to you as well, sir. Being ninth in the sack first year is massive. Well, we'll see if you guys can beat the Cowboys this week, Mike. Okay, so we will see on that front. Yes, Mike. Okay, you're right, Scotty. This is really good, man. It's good, and the defense is improving. It's just sending in the right direction. It's trending up, not trending down. So I like that. Some people would say it's the opponents we played, but we did fine against Kansas City. We just couldn't do anything on offense against Kansas City, unfortunately. So it's not they've been trending well since that game. It's just we lost that game fair and square, but our defense started to show in that game when you hold Patrick Holmes, and that crew, the 14 points and 0 in the second half is not bad at all. Third, I'm sorry. Let me see. Yes, no, yeah, third, yeah. Okay, third down defense. So that's what I was getting to. Third down defense. Yes, and I saw Scotty in the quarterback practice. Third down defense, Dolphins are doing well getting off the field. They're number 8 in third down defense. So that's very good. Titans come in at 16th. So they're once again right there in that middle of the row pack on where they are. So the Titans aren't a horrible team. The records say otherwise, but some of their rankings on the defense is where their offense, when we get into the offense, is when their numbers do not stand up that well next to Miami's offense. So that's where we get into like big differences, and you can see why the Dolphins are favored by a lot. The Dolphins have the number one offense, and the Titans come in at 27th. So 27th offense for the Tennessee Titans. Passing offense, Dolphins also number one, and the Titans are way down there again. I believe the Titans are 27th in passing defense. Rushing offense, Dolphins are number 2, only behind the Ravens. And the Titans, again, are kind of in the middle of the pack in that category, 17th. Scoring offense, Dolphins are 2, just behind the Dallas Cowboys. And the Titans come in at 25th. So there's you see why we get a lot of that good stuff, why we're favored. Sorry, been working on the car. Oh, hey, Dolphin Don, no worry, man. Enjoy, man. As long as you're listening and you've hit those thumbs up, boom, boom, boom. I'm the worst guys about saying hit the thumbs up, but you guys always tend to remember because sometimes I go through my whole show and I'm like, man, did I say hit the thumbs up? But you guys always do. I always get those thumbs up from you guys. But just in case I forgot, hit those thumbs up. I love it. Tonight should be weather won't be a factor. It's cooler. Tennessee can't say they were down here dying in our heat. It's cooler for South Florida. The weather should be clear. Should be a nice night for football. So no clear advantage there. Hopefully, tons of Dolphin fans making noise, giving us that home field advantage, and we will see. And the Dolphins magic number shrinks to 2 if we win tonight for the AFC East title. So that's another must win. Go out there and get it. Get it. Then it's only a combination of 2 to win the AFC East. 2 wins for us. If we, where our magic number is 3 right now, we can lower that number, and I see it coming in the future. So let's just stay positive, Dolphins, and we can get this all done. Oh man, some of you guys sneak into the room and I don't see you. Jamaican from Zion, big fins up to you. Thank you for dropping in this morning as we were talking about the Miami Dolphins taking on the Tennessee Titans at Hard Rock on Monday Night Football. And I'm looking forward to seeing us play. Then there would be a short turnaround, 1 day shorter, but Got to flip that schedule. This week we had the extra week. One day, flip it around, get ready for the Jets. But it's always nice to see our Dolphins. There's some rumors Joe Rose was saying this morning that some of our games may be flexed at the end, but I don't really know which one because I'm told that the Cowboys one can't be flexed for whatever reason because it's blocked by, Fox from staying on there and what have you. And then someone else, another game we will see. He was saying maybe the Ray, but I've seen contrary things on that. That is New Year's Eve, and Baltimore, the city of Baltimore, doesn't want that game flexed. So, and they're trying to fight it. So, but that's the game that Joe Rose had mentioned that could be flexed. So, I don't know if he has any inside information or just getting the feeling that one of those games could be flexed. I'd really rather not have the game flexed. I'd rather play at 1 o'clock in Baltimore as opposed to going in there on Christmas Eve night and playing at night because I think this is a okay matchup for the Dolphins. I think the Dolphins will match up okay against the Ravens, and we will see on that front. I realize he hit the. Hey, all I know is our Dolphins, guys. We are in first place. We're in control of our own destiny. We don't have to worry about Buffalo if we just take care of what we have to take care of. So that's how I'm looking at it. And Miami to take control, start tonight, Miami. Just go out there, get that dub, and bring it home. And we will be at to double-digit wins, getting so close to clinching a playoff spot, getting so close to clinching the AFC East. So that's how I'm rolling. I'm not worrying about the other one. We will see. Hey, but hey, Tua's balling out. I'm liking it. We will see how it keeps on going tonight and over the course of the season. But if you give me how Tua's played up to this point all year long in every single game, I would take it for the next few years. He may do it differently than some of the other quarterbacks, but you know what? He's getting the job done. He's accurate. If you want to see a good breakdown of the Dolphins, like I said, watch Drew Brees break down Tua's game against the Commanders. This isn't an armchair quarterback talking, guys. It's a Hall of Fame caliber quarterback in Drew Brees talking about Tua and breaking it down, not just talking fan talk. He actually breaks down the throws Tua's making. It's a really good piece if you guys haven't watched it yet. It's called QB Master Class, and it's like Drew Brees breaking down Tua. It's very, very informative video. I liked it. It was good stuff. And it was really cool to see. He was talking about Tua's anticipation, accuracy, the way he dips away from pressure that he's gotten a lot better at, and he likes it a lot. So that is good. Nothing about being optimistic, my friend. It's nothing. Believe me, I've seen plenty. I just like my Miami Dolphins. So I am looking forward to tonight's game and moving forward and then further into December. Keep on erasing the narratives that we can't win in December. Then start erasing the narratives we can't beat good teams. I'm looking forward to it. I know, but I still thought trying to watch Breeze Island gives me a headache. He reminds and replays short clips over and over. I know it is, but it's still good how he breaks it down. And sometimes the only thing that bugs me about Drew Brees is I know he could have been a Miami Dolphin twice. There was rumors we were going to draft him, and then we take Jamar Fletcher. Then there was rumors we were going to sign him in free agency, but then we decide to trade for Dante Culpepper. Those are horrible memories I have of Drew Brees. But hey, that's back in the day. We got our guy now, and we're going to keep on marching forward in deep into December and keep on winning football teams and get the respect of the National Football League as we just win. Because that's all that matters. We win. I don't care what talking heads say. They can bash us all day long. As long as we win, that's the way. That's how I look at it. That's all that matters at the end of the day. Yes. that was a huge organism, and doing it twice is what we didn't draft him because there was talk that Spillman, who went on to have some decent drafts, and um, after he was let go by the Dolphins, but he wanted to take Drew Brees. Wannstedt wanted. He thought we were so close because we had that little taste of playoffs with him, and that all we needed was to solidify the defense because that was our strength. Just get it stronger because he was the defensive minded coach. End of the day, they lean. The head coach got to say they drafted Jamar Flesser over Drew Brees. Then, by luck, we get afforded the second chance because Philip Rivers falls into the Chargers' laps, and then we have the chance to sign Drew Brees. Like, we make up our mistake, clean their souls, and say, okay, we made a mistake in not drafting you, Drew Brees. We're going to sign you. But no, we pass on him again, and we go sign Dante Culpepper. But hey, that's for another whole show in the off season when we can talk about the woes of the past and still brag about this great season we're in the midst of. So, can you imagine? So it's how to go on a podcast for a team you don't like this. Hey, Outback Origin. I always tease him about that because I don't know why he doesn't go into the Buffalo ones. He says he's not there, but he could fake an alias. I still think Michael K at the end or come out and be a Dolphin fan. That's what I'm thinking because he comes to all of our shows. He goes to Shake Money show. He comes here, used to go to Miss Finn's all the time. And I know he really deeps down likes those. Yeah, I know, man. The Eagles, man. Oh my goodness, they have fallen on hard times. They just got mollywopped 2 weeks in a row on the stage of the National Football League. I don't know what's happened to them. I know they faced good teams in the 49ers and the Cowboys, but man, I'm just talking about the mollywhopping, man. They just got beat down. I didn't even stay up for last night's game because I knew I was going to be staying up late tonight watching our Miami Dolphins. I went to bed at halftime last night, but from what I see, I didn't miss much. The Cowboys beat them down pretty bad. So the Eagles got to get back to their ways. A few weeks ago, it was looking like they were going to be for sure the number one seed. I don't even know if they win the division at this point, how they're playing. So it should be interesting over there. Hey, hooked up, Joe. Big fins up to you. Make sure you nail those thumbs up, Joe, for me. You rock coming in here this morning. Yeah, I know. I know, me too, Joe. I'm a guy that tries to like most people. And I try, but that Philadelphia coach he rubs me the wrong way. Rubs my son the wrong way too. He's just like, oh, that look on his face. But it is what it is. And it's maybe just the whole Philadelphia mentality. The whole fan base is a little bit crazy. Not that don't all of our fan bases have a little bit of crazies, but Philadelphia, I think, takes it to the next level. So maybe he just embodies them. Hey, Kings, Dolphins 89, big fins up to you and a salute to you as well. Guys, I'm going to ask you guys here what your guys' takes for tonight's score is. I know some of you have said it already, Scotty and all you guys, but I will ask again since this is the pregame show and it's early on Monday morning, but not many things would change by tonight now. And we more or less know who's rocking and rolling for our Dolphins and who's out for the Titans. And I say Miami Dolphins. I'm looking like a 38-20, a 38-20 Dolphin victory tonight. Tonight's the night that they show up on national TV and not just kind of put in an ugly performance. I think the Dolphins play well tonight, show up and win 38-20 over the Tennessee Titans. That's my take. And I would love to see some of your numbers. Hey, yes, our fan base I do agree that for the most part, our Dolphin fans are pretty darn good. Some of them get a little too carried away on Twitter, but I guess that's the world of social media. You're going to get people, getting carried away because I see so many Twitter spats, and sometimes it's among Dolphins I'm like, come on, guys, you're on this root for the same team. How can you be arguing with each other? But if they have a different take on the team, it can get kind of mean there on. Oh, I followed you, Hooked Up Joe, on Twitter, by the way. I followed you over there. So, Ender, you're number one. One of the very first people that found my show. I always appreciate that. A big fins up to you, Ender. And you're awesome to see you in here again, rocking and rolling on that. So, guys, in the next couple weeks, I'm going to celebrate by giving a couple of little giveaways for the 500 mark. Really want the Dolphins to like that clinch the playoff to have a double celebration is what I'm kind of waiting for on that and make sure that 500 stays in there since I'm just right there at that 500 couple spots over down. And I'm thinking of doing like probably just a gift card giveaway. This way it's digital. It can be sent right out to the winner's email. And I think that would be cool. That's why I'm going to get some stores from you that you guys would probably like to win a gift card from, like Fanatics, Amazon. You guys tell me, and I would get a digital gift card from one of those places and give it out to a lucky winner. And if you guys so choose, maybe I can break up the amount and gift a few lucky winners instead of one winner take all. But let me know if you would like a Fanatics or an Amazon gift card, something like that. Going to wait a couple weeks, keep that 500 magic flow going, get to 510 so we all win, and it would be cool. And the real Dolphin Don. Hey, what all the Dolphin fans that come in here are awesome. I have to say, and probably 95% of all Dolphins are awesome. But if you guys go on Twitter for any, sometimes some of them get just as nasty as some of the Buffalo fans and Eagle fans for whatever reason. And I know it's easy too because you get mad, you see people bashing your team, bashing your quarterback, bashing your coach, and you just can't take it. But I understand. But I don't bother getting in Twitter spats normally because it's overall a losing proposition. And you're never going to change some people's mind. Shake Money and Dolphin 13 is on the list. That leave 14 unnamed. Hey, but yeah, is hey Aquavision. Shake Money was in here for a minute earlier, but I think he left. Aquavision, big fins up to you. The 5% or the rest of the day. Hey, like I say, it's all good, and it's good. I just laughed though that Michael K still comes to the Dolphins. I know we just talked about it earlier, but it's funny. But he does like himself some Shake Money. He will go over there and El Capitan in that group over there. I don't know about Kohler. If man, Kohler actually had his show rolling the other night on his own channel for the first time in a long time. So we will see. And guys, I'm out. Oh, guys, thank you for coming in. Yesterday morning, you got to see Courtney, her first time on our channel. You guys made her feel at home. She sent me a DM and she had a good time on here after I told her. I sent her a DM thanking her for being on here. She said it was a pleasure. So that's awesome. You guys made her comfortable. And she's going to be on here hopefully a lot in the near future. I would love to have her back. She's going to be on our show on the Finns Talk Sports Network tomorrow night. So that should be fun too. So, guys, your score predictions. What do you guys see for tonight? Ender, I start with you. Ender, what do you think the Dolphins score would be tonight, and who do you think? I know who you're going to think is going to win, but just to make sure, I got to be fair because you never know. Who do you think is going to win? Let's see. No, he was off the ball. They just sometimes he. Oh, you're right there with me, man. You're right there with me, Scotty. I said 38-20. I gave them one more touchdown. I gave Tennessee one more touchdown than you did. But I said 38-20. And I see it falling somewhere in that neighborhood. No, the call was not controversial. The only thing, Michael K, is from what to me, he was definitely offsides. But they say receivers do that a lot of times and they never call it. So there needs to be more consistency. But you're 100% right. The man lined up offside, put himself in the position to have that play called. They called it, and boom, that's what happened. Hey, I'll take that right there too, man. 24-14, Ender. Wow, man, a lot of us have us getting to 38, man. So a lot of us, yeah, 38. I like that worked out a complex spreadsheet. Well, I did no spreadsheet, but my brain, that's it. And I got a jumbled brain, but it's like, hey, I said 38. Scotty said 38, but 45-17 from Hooked Up Joe. I would love that stuff. That would be great. Oh, man. I had a Vision 38-3, but holding a team to 3 points in prime time is really tough. Yes. Oh, man. How about that barn burner yesterday? Vikings and Raiders, boy. Can you imagine being there for all that excitement if you had paid for your ticket and parking and drinks and you went there for that humdinger of a game, 3-0. A couple minutes left, they finally get a 3-0 field goal. Oh, goodness gracious, man. And it's funny though, because the Jets and Texans, they battled to a 0-0 first half tie, and then the next thing you know, they put up 30 freaking points. They woke up, but that's just weird. In two games that went first half with like 0 points. That was weird, weird, weird stuff. And then, like I say, um, the Browns helped yesterday by I don't think the Jaguars for real guys. They're starting to come. But hey, maybe the Jaguars can beat the Ravens. You never know. That could help us out. The Rams almost beat the Ravens. But yeah, some of those games didn't go our way yesterday. Some of them did. And like I said, there's mixed bag of what people wanted on the Bills and Kansas City. I was one, I admit, I wanted the Buffalo Bills to lose. They won. But for seeding, yes, it does help us on the seeding front. But I wanted to just clinch that AFC East first, then worrying about seeding down the road because Buffalo is starting to play a little bit better lately. But with that said, I still got confidence that our Dolphins can close out this thing, close out the AFC East, and at least have that one home field game. And that's what I'm looking forward to. Yeah, Jag. Oh, thank you, Jamie, coming in from Facebook. Yes, like I said Friday, 38-13. Take the over and the Finns cover the spread. There you go. Yes, I think the over. Let me see. Sorry. Gonna go here. What was the over on that game? It is like 46 something. Let's see. 46.5. I just checked the Hard Rock app. It's allowed here in Florida now, and I really haven't gotten into it, but I did put the app so I can kind of see these point spreads easier. So I know when all my gambling degenerates come in here. But all you guys don't really talk about the gambling too much. But I know I see on these other sites when I go into some shows, people talk about it and what they think on it. And especially on Twitter, everyone giving their advice. I'm like, okay, that's not who I'm taking advice from. Notice how many teams are looking worse as the season, and there's not as championship contenders get better at the end of the year. I agree with you, Joe, on that front, 100%, 100% on that front. And I know some people will say it's who we've played recently, yada yada yada. I get it, but you can only play who you play. Simple as that. I know that's not rocket scientist, but it's the truth. You can only play who's on your record, and we've done a good job of not lowering ourselves to the competition. So it is what it is. I just wish the Rams could have helped us out yesterday because man, it would be nice to have really big buffers. Looks like Jacksonville, like I said, they're starting to fall. They got lucky. Their whole division basically lost yesterday, or they could have lost ground in their actual division, but their whole division kind of took it on the chin yesterday. So we will see how that division shapes up. They may not even win their division, and we were talking about them being one of the top seeds just going into last week. So that's interesting. Yep, Baltimore did, man. They eked out of there with a win, Jamie. They To me, when the Ravens got it in overtime and didn't score, I thought for sure the Rams would go at least get a field goal, but they did their own version of being out, 3 and out, and gave it back on that punt return. Not to say there wasn't some block behind the back on that punt return, but it didn't get called again. So that's why I say some plays get called, some plays don't. The Ravens benefited from no back, blocking the back call on that play. They get the punt return for a touchdown, and they go on to beat the Rams in overtime on that punt return touchdown. That's football for you. It's going to happen. Sometimes you're going to benefit. They won, but man, it would have been nice if the Rams could have shocked them, and that would have given us a little bit of a buffer, a little bit of breathing room in the seeding if we don't go beat Baltimore in a few weeks. I feel we beat the Ravens at their house. They didn't impress me. I know, but we could be underestimating the Rams, maybe. But yeah, they didn't look that great against them. They did put up the points, but we would see. I think they got Jacksonville on the agenda next, so they that would be interesting to see. So maybe Jacksonville. We were just kind of ripping Scotty and I, kind of ripping Jacksonville, but let me see. I think that's who they have next. Yes, it's Ray. Oh, that's a Sunday night. The Sunday night football game actually. Ravens at Jaguars. Wow, man, they're right back on national TV again, the Jaguars. So that's Ravens at Jaguars. You got Cowboys at Bills. Let's see who else is in there. And let's see who else playing. And you got nothing else really jumps out at the page on me. Kansas City at New England. You know how that's gonna go. Um, let's see. Yeah, none of those other games. So basically Cowboys at Bills, Ravens at Jaguars would be interest to the Dolphins fans next week. Of course, our Dolphin game against the Jets would be of interest. But yeah, other than that, really nothing jumps out on the page next week as super interesting on the Dolphins front outside of our own game. A new attitude sneaking into the house. Big fins up to you. Yeah, I know. Crackback block. Yes, there was blocking the whatever. It was definitely a non-call on that punt return for sure, Scotty. 100%. But like I say, you can't whine about it. It sucks, but it is. They're not going to get them all. And like I say, it's a lot easier to call a guy lining up off sides when the action's not moving, and the guy obviously is lined up off sides, and it is what it is. That was a weird play, though. Oh well, that would have been a great play to see Buffalo lose on, though, if he hadn't lined up off sides. I have to say that would have gone down in one of the record books of a cool plays in NFL. But yeah, go Page. If they beat the Chiefs got a lot of issues that we don't know about. I can see the Patriots holding them to not that many points, but I just don't see how they're going to score enough points to win. Yes, we did. We got called twice. Yep, that's how it rolls, man. I almost expect anytime that we get a decent punt return, I almost expect a flag, Scotty. I just do. I'm like, oh, I'm waiting for the word flag to appear on the TV, or if I'm at the game, I'm looking for a flag on the field. So I'm like, I just almost expect it to pop out of there. They lose their hand. Those yells will be at Reed. Uh, yeah, I think that's funny, Scott. Yeah, I know it's just like that natural thing. You're just waiting for that flag to be seen. If I wasn't, I'd rather be like a wild dog. Who is he? Who should be chasing K. Adams? I missed that part. Let's see. We weren't there. I don't know. All I know, guys, is you know what? we only got about 15 more minutes, but I will drop a link if any of you guys want to talk. If not, I'll probably end here soon. I think we're all on the same page. You all see the Dolphins winning handily tonight against the Tennessee Titans. So we are on the same page on that front at least. Next week against the Jets, we'll be next week against the Jets, and we will be talking about that next week, and that'll be fun. But we as fans, that's why on the Sunday show, I kind of look forward to all those games because I was saying as fans, we can kind of look forward and we all know who we're playing. I just hope our Dolphins, all they know are who's up next. And they know, but I want them focused each and every week. I think Mike McDaniel's done a good job of focusing them every week. It was Lewis Reddick, Sick Money informed me because yesterday I just couldn't think, I blanked on the man's name, but he says he likes how the Dolphins are being coached. He likes how they're being planning, and he just said the whole organization is not a question of if they're going to, compete for championships. It's just a question of when. So I like that. He sees it. He's been around teams. He sees that this team is a focused, well put together team, get along with each other, all on the same page. Let's get this jump. Let's get in this mission, Dolphins, and just keep on walking and rowing. I can't believe. Hey, Dolphin Don. Hey, what's up, Dolphin Don? How are you? Thank you for joining in.
What's good, brother? Hey, yeah, so I have to do a little preface, man. I don't just put that kind of stuff out in chat.
Yeah.
We're talking about how Josh Allen is always chasing around B-list actresses, and I'm like, man, if I was him, I'd be after Kay Adams in a heartbeat.
Oh,
So,
yeah. Okay. Oh,
yeah,
I didn't even know he was chasing around B. Listen, I don't even know, man. I don't follow the soap opera off the field.
yeah,
So thank you. Now I know. All right.
yeah. I'm
The
not
only
that
one
kind
I
of guy.
know is Kelsey and this lady because it's in your face. Swift, that's in your face every game you watch. But yeah, I never know who's dating who or whatever. Okay, but now I get your
Yeah,
joke. All right, I
yeah.
didn't see all of that.
I don't keep up with all that either. I do know that Braxton Berrios is dating some kind of hottie from TikTok, so that
Oh, okay.
that
Hey,
might be something. I don't know.
yeah,
But anyway, I'm not talking about dating anybody here. I just want to
yeah.
say thank
So
you, Rob. Go ahead. Go ahead, buddy.
yeah. So what was your score for tonight? Your score prediction?
I say 35-10. Tennessee still does have a defense, and I think we're probably going to let off the gas a little bit at some point because, kids are going to be watching.
Well, 35-10. You would have us just under the under on that one because I was looking. It's like 40 point. What did I say the over under was? 46 point. I can't remember. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
know.
46.
46.5 is the over under according to Hard Rock. I don't know if other places. That's the only one I look at because I have it on my phone. So
Yeah.
they're 46. So you would have them just under that amount.
Yeah, yeah, and you know what? I don't bet because I think if I was a character on Star Trek, I would be Doctor Schmuck. I'd be the guy that they say, "Hey, how long do we microwave this for?" I don't know.
Hey, that's funny, man. Good stuff. But yeah, like I said, man, Miami just has to take care of business, John. What they've been doing all year, taking teams that they're supposed to beat and beating them. And that's what I see to continue in the next 2 weeks. Then, as we know, the final 3 weeks of the season gets a lot tougher. You got the Ravens. I mean, you got the Cowboys, you got the Ravens, and you got Buffalo. All three of those games are not going to be easy, especially if Buffalo in the final week of the season has anything to play for. So that's why you got to beat these two teams the next 2 weeks. They're almost must wins for the Dolphins. You can't have a hiccup hitting into those final 3 games. Take care of business tonight, take care of business Sunday, and let the rest fall where it may.
100%, man. One game at a time, and
Yeah,
we've been blessed by the football gods because, hey, we got Tennessee, a really gritty team. We got the Jets, another gritty team. So they're good primers for what we're about to face with the Cowboys, the Ravens, the gauntlet, as you would say, with
yeah,
Buffalo and whatnot. So I think it's shaping up really nice for us.
yeah. No, it's going to be interesting to see how the Cowboys go into Buffalo and play next week because then we get them the week after that. So it should be interesting to see how they roll into Buffalo. Dallas is definitely starting to play better. But Dallas plays a lot better at home. Now their next two games are on the road against Buffalo and us.
Hmm.
So should be interesting on that take how they play. I do hope, I'm not gonna lie, I hope they go into Buffalo and beat Buffalo. I don't like Dallas, but it is what it is. You got to root for them when they play those division foes of ours. So, you got to root for them. But I think tonight, like I say, tonight should be a win for our Dolphins. And a reminder for any of you guys going down there, get there early, get your parking secured early. It's going to be a nightmare getting down there from what they're saying. Luckily, I already got my Jets tickets and parking because they're saying parking them in next week. They were saying there's already all the parking's gone, so I don't have to worry about it. But get there early, guys, if you're going. So, Dolphin Don, you still got to get to yourself to a Dolphin game one of these days.
Yeah, it won't be the Tennessee game.
Yeah, no, hey, no, unless you got a Learjet. Where are you again?
I'm in North Carolina, actually, Raleigh area, Cary.
Yeah.
So
So Ross isn't sending his private jet for you to fly in tonight.
no, no, and I'm not going to be having any games in my backyard. So
Yeah, it's all good, man.
yeah, but it's an interesting history between the Dolphins and the Titans, man, because their first game was like lightning. It's like one of the longest games ever.
Oh no, yeah, it was really weird. And then
Yeah,
we had an awful game when Flores and Tua were mad at each other. Basically, that was an awful game. We got up there, we
yeah,
got our butts kicked up in Tennessee. The weather, of course, the weather was all nice all week in Tennessee. We go up there and then it's cold and rainy. They totally beat us down. But man, it's just not a completely different team. New coaching staff, are re-energized Tua, not broken down from the previous coaching staff. He's coached up. He's going to be ready to go. I almost wish Ryan Tannehill was playing, add to the drama a little bit of Ryan Tannehill returning to South Florida. But that one of those things. Be careful what you wish for because maybe he would have kicked our butt. But I don't know. It would have been added fun though to the drama.
yeah, yeah. That's true. But you know what? Hey, he still may play. Who knows about injuries? I hope, knock on wood, we stay healthy on this game.
Yeah, no, I know. I hope so too. And it should be good game for our Finns tonight. I'm gonna let more or less wrap up. I'm happy you came here on the last minute, Dolphin Don. It's always good to have you guys. And it's just a good time to be a Dolphin fan. I'm not gonna let anyone bring me down just because of who we've been playing, who we've been beating. I don't care. The simple fact is we've been beating the teams that we've been playing. We've only lost 3 games all year. And hey, it's a good time to be a Dolphin fan. And I do believe that some of those teams that beat us, because the Philadelphia team that we lost to, we're not the same team. And I don't even think they're the same team right now. They've been
And they got a
descending
lot of
as we've
help.
been ascending.
Sorry.
Buffalo's the one game. Yes, Michael K, you can toot your horn. That's the one game that we totally got our butt kicked. And then the Kansas City game is the one I have probably had the biggest regret because that's the one game that you feel like we could have won and we should have won, and we just couldn't get the job done. And that was the ugly one. But it's okay because here we are, number one seed, at 9-3. If we win tonight, we'll be 10-3. And right now, technically, Baltimore is the number one seed. That's just because we haven't played our game tonight. But if we win tonight, we're back in the number one seed and control of our own destiny. So let's just go, Dolphins. Let's get this done. Let's get to 10 wins. I had predicted 11 wins at the start of the season. I had predicted 11-6 for the Dolphins. We have a chance to beat that. So that's awesome. We
Yeah.
have the chance to get to 11 wins by next week. So let's just keep on doing what we do. And I'm here for it. Let's see before I close out. Hey there, Shake Money, 10-3 by tomorrow. That's right, Shake Money. And I don't know if you're going to the game tonight, Shake, but if you are, get there early, they're saying on the radio. Hey, digging in the trenches, my Mr. AJ Dewey Jersey Connection. Big fins up to you. Loving it every minute. Guys, I appreciate all you guys coming in. I'm more or less going to wrap it up. Dolphin Don, thank you for coming in. I just see if I knocked you out. That's by mistake. I didn't mean to. If you dropped out on your own, thank you for being here. I just want to catch up with everyone's comments. So who have I missed? Who have I missed? I think I got everyone. Guys, remember to nail those like buttons. Boom, boom, boom for me, man. All you guys already are on the team, I know, but nail those like buttons. Bop, 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 bop. And if you're going to buy something on Fanatics anyway, do it via my links, either on my website or in my descriptions. The site will get a little bit, a small thread of the money that helps go right back to the channel. And if you're ever going to get blackout coffee, hit the link on my website or here in the description and use the discount code THIRSTY at checkout for a 20% discount. You guys, all this goes to the channel. You guys rock, and I appreciate it so much. Nope, just giving you space to wrap. Hey, that's awesome, Dolphin Don. Thank you. Oh, Timothy. Better late than never. You just caught the tail end of the show. But thank you, Timothy, for rocking in here today. Know what you have to do. You know what to do. Guys, I see our Dolphins winning this AFC East, closing out this deal eventually here in the next couple weeks. Magic number 3. Shrink it down to a magic number of 2 tonight. One game at a time, but we're getting closer to the goal of every team. Every team's goal is to win their division because that guarantees the key to the playoff door, and that's what we want. So, guys, fins up, thumbs up. You guys rock. Life is great, and you guys are great.
Dolphins thirsty, they never show no mercy. On the field or in the game, Miami knows how to play. Dolphins thirsty, we all get down and dirty. Tell you what you want to know, it's the Dolphins Show. Quench your thirst for all things Miami Dolphins. They are the football kings, cause they play to win. Come on in.